a quick recap. What we're doing in this particular video is being able to get this, or at least a series, being able to get this data into R, but we need to clean it up once we get into R. And so where we left off was getting numeric population, and we're able to, population for California, but we were able to turn this actual population into a numeric variable. Okay. So with that being said, what we're going to now do is, I already started a little bit, but create a variable within that data frame to specify the actual state. So we're going to create a new data frame called California State Population DF. We're going to assign it, and we're going to utilize the mutate function to create that new variable. And this time we're going to call it, I'm going to use numeric population counties data frame. And we're going to create a new variable called state is equal to California's abbreviations. Okay. And then last but not, so that's good. That's good. And so, but last but not least, we only want to get relevant variables. We only want to get access to relevant variables. So what we're going to do is say CA state county, or sorry, population data underscore DF. Okay. And then we're going to select the following variables from CA state. And what we want is the state variable, we want the population variable, and then we want the county. So when I run this, I'm going to get two new data frames in my environment. CA pop, CA population. So let's go with CA pop. That's the one that we're working with. So we have CA, we have the state, we have the population, we have the county. Great, fantastic. We're moving right along. We're doing a good job. Okay. So what we're going to now do is do the same exact thing for Indiana. I'm going to just give you the code, but instead of just walking you through it again, but you can double check based off of what I show you right about now. So here, this is Indiana's data frame, or at least URL. So if we go here, this is Indiana's. These are all the counties. We go back to posit. You say which is equal to 2, and then we supply all the same information. Okay, great. So we run this, no issues. Indiana is now included. So Indiana has 92 counties, whereas California has 58. So what we're going to do is put them together. Okay, we're going to put them together into one data frame. And so what we're going to do is call this data frame states population. What should we call it? Let me see. We should call it state pop df. Okay, assign this. And we're going to utilize this function called bind rows. We're going to bind the rows together. So it's called bind rows. And we're going to include California states pop. And then, and as you can see, didn't mean to press that. As you can see, when I start to, okay, it auto completes. That's fine. That's good. And then I'm going to add Indiana state pop, and I'm going to run this. Now, if I go to state pop, I have all counties from both states, and if I sort it, it's all in one. Okay, so this now allows me to create a visualization with both states' information within it, which is quite nifty. Okay, so here, now that I can have this, the data in one place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use ggplot to create that visualization. States, pop, okay, comma AES for aesthetics. And I believe that last time I did this, I did data is equal to, right? And I said mapping is equal to, let me be consistent, AES. And then all I'm going to do is X is equal to population. Okay, X is equal to population. Okay. And then what I'm now going to do is add a layer, geome histogram. Okay. What did I do wrong? Geome histogram X mapping. Maybe I should data. I was gonna get rid of that, but I'm okay with even that waste of time because it's important to note this error. I didn't look at what was going on until now, and I didn't emphasize that. Look what I did. It says population. If you go to state pop, call it population, but it's with a capital P. So it's important for me to note that error, and I'm okay with that time wasted because errors are going to arise. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to make this a capital P. Okay. Now this should work. Okay. There's a lot of things that we can do to make this look better. So this is Los Angeles. We could change the x-axis. In my notes is to change this x-axis. I'm not going to even do that. One of the things I'm going to do is just change the ability to visualize the data. Because one of the biggest things that we did was that we got Indiana as well as California into this actual histogram in terms of our data. What I want to do is utilize that opportunity and say fill is equal to state. And so ideally, this should change the color of our bars. Or let me not use. This will change the color of our bars. And so if I run this, when I run this, we get this. This is not the greatest looking plot when we just say fill is equal to. What we could do is essentially change this. And let's put our plots right next to one another. Let's put the states right next to one another. And how we can do that is to add here another layer, and it's called facet grid. Okay, I'm just gonna put a point here. Just ignore. It's not complicated, but just ignore the complexity, and just say state. Okay. And then I run this, and I have a graph for Indiana, and I have a graph for California. Okay, and so you can see California has that million, whereas Indiana does not. Okay, thank you for watching my series, and let's go from there.